Welcome back. Well, if you've ever stumbled across an unexpected treasure, you know exactly how exciting that can be. So imagine how one Ridgefield man felt when he came across hidden musical transcripts, then found out they're 800 years old. NBC Connecticut's Jane Caffrey has more.
Hundreds of books surround Nicholas Alexander in his Ridgefield home.
It's just nice to have them as old friends.
So when Alexander wanted to restore some 18th century French books in his collection,
I went into a bookstore up in Boston, and they had some nice leather books that were on sale for not very much.
As he took them apart to reuse the covers, an unexpected discovery.
I found what looked like music, but it looking very strange music, peeking out from the back of the books.
Alexander had inadvertently discovered French medieval musical manuscripts.
When the United States was founded, these fragments were already in their books. They'd already had half a millennium of religious history happen.
500 years after these manuscripts were created, they became nothing more than scrapped. They were used as book bindings in the 1700s.
For a user of the book, you'd never know that the fragments were in here.
Alexander was quick to obtain the remaining 23 volumes of the set, then spent hours matching up pieces in the trove of medieval material.
This was a great big jigsaw puzzle.
But a puzzle he is not solving alone, now working with an academic team in Canada.
I can sort of solve kind of like a crossword puzzle.
Including Dr. Anna DeBacher, an expert in European chant music, who is transcribing the Latin text in the musical notes as Alexander matches up pieces and uploads them to a digital database. The expert opinion, these fragments would have been part of a book used in a 13th century Catholic monastery in northern France or Belgium by a Cistercian order of monks. But even as the pages reveal insight into the past, they present mysteries.
We don't know exactly which monastery this came from, but we have an interesting clue in that because we know which books they got bound in later. It's around the 18th century that this particular monastery decided they didn't need this book anymore. So which might tell us that it was, for example, it might tell us it was a monastery affected by the French Revolution.
Scraps of history offering a window into the medieval monastic world and revealing the evolution of music throughout the centuries.
We don't know fully how all the notes would have sounded if they're sung.
Alexander's next goal, a permanent display in a museum, hoping to share these fragments of history with posterity.
Something incredibly special had been placed into my hands in my custodianship, and it just made me feel very humble.
For NBC Connecticut News, I'm Jane Caffrey.